5 o'clock on the dot, back in the spot where it all happens. That's right, it's time to break on through. Let everybody get in the house. Come on in. Got some good stuff to talk about today, bye. Stephen, Nick, Robo Puff, Trusty Nathan Trusty, Russ, Stephen, John, how's it going, Big John? Alex Mayhew, how's it going there, Bo? B.A. Marvin, the Dina Sods, live on the spot. Bean Pie, alright, maybe not a lot of people in right at the start today because big storms. This might be a short break on through because the power goes out, the internet goes out, and all that. So, all right. You're probably wondering what the unimpeachable president, has in store for everyone today. Maybe I'll get through it. This damn thing keeps saying the internet's messing up, which could be a possibility. Thanks, Bill. Angel, that's something y'all don't know about. I thought you could see the logo correctly here. No, it's if I turn it upside down, it's still the same. That's the way that works, not backwards. Stephen said it was stalling, but keeps going. So that may be the case today. One thing I want to talk about. I know when we're in here together, you know, it says 39 people right now. Sometimes it gets up as high as 50 or 60. And you may think that's all that's watching. But people are watching that don't come into the house with us here, you know. And I have a counter on the ANTiSEEN page that tells how many people have watched these things, and typically a couple hours after we're done, you know, whenever I sign off, like around 7 or 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, we usually have anywhere between 12. It just stalled again. But I was saying we have anywhere between 12 and 1,500 views. And by the end of the weekend, or the end of the week, sometime it's 2,000 or 3,000 viewers. So these are getting out. And Malcolm Tent informed me today that he has found out how we can take these videos and put them on our YouTube page. So that's going to be happening, I hope, very soon. One thing I need to tell all of you, though, to look out for when we do with the crowds, with the viewership getting that big and all, there's going to be the temptation for trolls. what I'm telling you is if they come on here, um, while we're talking, and they're trying to engage, ignore them. Our attention is what they want. You do not give your enemy what they want. Don't let them have it. It drives them crazy. Am I friends with Joe Buck? Yes, sir, I am friends with Joe Buck. And Xander Schloss, I've met Xander. We are friendly with each other. We know each other when we see each other. I've only had the pleasure of sitting and talking to Xander a couple of times, but I think we have a lot of mutual respect for each other. I would consider us friends, friendly, you know. So, what we're talking about today, how was Cupid wrote? Well, we talked about that. Man, this internet is driving me fucking nuts, man. You might get to see me get mad at technology today. What we're going to talk about today is the formation of the New Blood era in that lineup. Oh, first of all, I want to mention these pictures back here. Do you see these? They came in the mail to me yesterday. Gifts from Jordan Bowman. That's the younger brother of John Bowman, who's the bass player of the New Blood era. Now, John's in here with us right now. I just saw him comment. Yeah, I'm not speaking. He said he was going to come do Break On Through, but instead he decided to do 3 hours worth of programming with Malcolm Tent in the comfort of his own home. So I'm turning. Y'all ever order anything off of Etsy? Man, you find all kinds of good shit on there. I don't know if y'all know about it or not. I ordered a Mecha Kong shirt the other day. That's a card the guy gave me for ordering. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Damn, I said something about turning heel on John Bowman and my damn internet went completely... I'm not turning heel on John Bowman, man. I'm just talking. Of course, he probably hung up on me and ain't coming back. All right, I think we're back to where we were. We're getting real close. So we were doing the 25th anniversary show. Nah, it's nothing. I was just joking, John. But we're doing the 25th anniversary. That's with Doug and Greg. And we already had John and Phil in there, but I'm still getting a little ahead of myself now. I gotta tell you about how we got John and Phil. John at the time was playing bass for Self-Made Monsters, who are my favorite local band. Period. They're fantastic. If any of you ever want to reach out to them or find their stuff, or I don't know, maybe I might carry some of it in my little distribution center here. But they're a rare gem. And I'll say this about them, and I would say this to Eddie's face. I mean, I'll tell him. I mean, they're one of the greatest rock and roll bands ever, but not very sharp in the self-promotion game. And haven't done a lot to push themselves along, but I'm telling you, every release they've done, CD or 7-inch, is a bona fide classic, in my opinion. But anyway, John was playing for them, and I don't know if I asked him. John, did I ask you while you were playing in Self-Made Monsters, or did you let it be known you were moving on? I don't remember clearly. I would hate to think that I stole them right out from under those guys, because I love them so much. But I don't know. Maybe John ain't listening. But I must have got. It was supposed to be Eddie and me, Joe. Yeah, it was going to be. We were going to get Eddie and John. We're going to fill the bass and drum slot. Now, I played in a band with Eddie when a couple guys, Jeff Williams, myself, we started the Hated band, the Gigi tribute band that we played on Gigi's death day. And Eddie played for that. But I didn't think Eddie was up to the task of what we were going to be demanding. And that is not to say that Eddie couldn't play it. Eddie could play it with his eyes closed. Not only is he a great front man, he's one of the best drummers you'll ever hear. It would have been real fun having him in, but I really don't think, with what he had going on in his life at the time, I don't think that I'm positive. I'm positive about this. He could not have risen to the occasion of what we were going to ask, because we stayed busy. And so we decided it would not be Eddie on drums, but John still wanted the bass slot. And I mean, theoretically, as much as the Monsters actually do, John could have still played in both bands, I think. But I don't know. I may have said something about I don't want you playing in both bands or something. But I don't know. I think he could have. But they're practice freaks, man. They practice a lot more than we do. I can tell you that right now. But what happened was, John ended up doing his first show with us before he was declared a official member. We were invited to play the Rock Your Ass festival over in Germany. And they bought our airfare. Promised us quite a big lump of loot to do it too. And yeah, the airfare was bought. We were all going. And Doug Knipe's father fell ill. And it wasn't like, the guy had a bad cold or something. No, he was bad off. Doug really didn't want to be halfway around the world if something were to go really wrong. I mean, we did not hold that against him. And so we just said to John, are you ready? You ready to go play at this big festival show in Germany? And he was up to it. I mean, we might have had to practice a little bit. Hell, I don't know. Maybe we didn't practice much at all. That time is a real cluster to me. I don't know why. It's sooner than most of the stuff I'm talking about here, but I don't know. But we had to buy another plane ticket, which one practice, okay, yeah, which put John on another flight than we were going on. So me, Greg, and Joe all went over together, and John went over by himself. And man, it's like a week or so, or a few days before we're getting ready to leave, and John lived in these apartments just off of Monroe Road in Charlotte, or 7th Street. They turn into one another, but they were notorious for flooding. And man, just before we're getting ready to go to Germany, those sons of bitches flooded like they ain't never flooded before. Man, they had people in rescue boats going and getting people out of the bottom floors. I mean, this shit was serious. Luckily, John lived on the 2nd floor, but his base was there, his case, his passport, everything. And I don't know, I think maybe he talked one of them rescue dudes or the cops or something into letting him go in there and get that stuff. But man, we were sweating it. We were thinking, goddamn, now our replacement is not going to be able to go. But everything worked out. We were able to go, and we show up in Germany, and we went through the same airport. So there's John Setton. He got there before we did, and yeah, we went in. They took us to our hotel where we're staying, and man, it was a great show, man. We got to play with and hang out with the Exploited, Airborne played. No, that's a different story altogether. I'm mixing two stories up in one. They did take us to a hotel. It was a bed and breakfast type place. That's a different thing altogether. Forget what I just said about the Exploited and Airborne. That was different. This festival was not near as cool as that other one. It was still fun. We got to play with Sloppy Seconds. I see that was good. That was the shining moment of this festival. A lot of psychobilly bands is what it was, and some group that was like the darlings of the damn town, man. And it was like Germans acting like rednecks, like they're from the South, and playing this very weak. This tea was stronger than that. Country music. We're just sitting there watching. And I remember BA from Sloppy Seconds walks over to me and he goes, man, I bet you're really hating this, aren't you? I was like, yeah. And next night, us and Sloppy Seconds played. It was really good. Man, John stepped up to the plate and hit a home run. One practice, We went out there and showed them. We showed them why we're the kings. I know the only one thing that went wrong is we, judging from the crowd, we figured we'd play a little ditty called I Don't Like You. And John had never played that with us, ever. I don't think Greg had. They went out and listened to it in the van beforehand. And I think we screwed up the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom. You know. But other than that, it was good. I said I fucked that story up, AJ Sperry. That's the different thing. I'll talk about that later. My brain was operating and mending two tails together. I didn't get too far in it before I realized what was happening, and I pushed this story back. So don't ask questions about it. I'm going to talk about it. Not today, but I'm going to talk about it. And, you know, we had some friends there and all. They were real disappointed, though, because we had to leave immediately when we were done. Covered in blood, everything. Had to go. We had to go to the airport. That's the thing about those one-offs. I mean, I love being flown in, do a show, and fly back home. But, man, getting to the airport, I mean, you got to, sometimes it's walk off the stage, get in the van, and go. I don't mind that either, to be honest with you. But, so then we did the 25th, we were getting ready to do 25th anniversary. You know, I still was not sold on having Phil Keller as a drummer. And I'm going to tell you the truth here, okay? I seen him play bass, and I seen him play drums in a group called the Beatdowns. This is a group from Statesville, North Carolina. And I saw him play with both instruments in that band at either time, and I wasn't impressed with either. Now, I'm not saying nothing behind Phil's back. He knows I'd tell him this right to his. I have told him this right to his. I told him this before he was trying to join the band. What I didn't know is that him and Joe were having practices, like secret practices that I didn't know about. Joe was getting him in, warming him up. Secret practices? That's how, I mean, Joe was like, I guess Joe was convinced that eventually he would convince me that he was the guy for the job, but I don't know. But, you know, he's asking, what do I got to do to be an ANTiSEEN? I said, grow long hair. You know? Stuff like that. I was always messing with him. Then, and though Phil was not as technically skilled as Barry or Greg, who just left, he did give a certain kind of AC/DC feel. Not even like AC/DC, but, you know, just real straightforward, which I liked. He had a good time. He would tend to speed up some, but I would rather somebody speed up than not be on. Better to be too fast than too slow. And we never got so fast that it was like some of those later Ramon shows where they played it so fast that everything good about the song was lost. But eventually they convinced me that Phil was the guy. And here was our reasoning. That, you know what I'm about to mix two stories up again. I stopped myself this time. But Phil got the job. And I announced at the 25th anniversary show that this was Greg and Doug's last show, and that we would be starting back up soon with John Bowman and Phil Keller. Hello there, Orange Beanie. So that's how the group pretty much came to be. We had a show booked that was going to be our debut, but we got invited to open for the Dwarves in Charleston. So we moved that debut up a little bit. I just called them guys. I said, "You guys ready to play at this date instead of this date?" And I knew they were. I wanted them to be good with it. And yeah, they were. We played. And what a debut it was. It was beautiful. Yeah, the Dwarves had stopped knocking all their equipment all over the place at that time, especially since they may have played one of the other bands and stuff. But I told Phil, I said, "Yeah, man," I said, "I want you to do something different with drum demolition. Don't kick them over Keith Moon style." I said, "Just stand up behind them, pick your kick drum up over your head, and just let it fall behind you, and then walk away." I said, it'll be quite the vision. And it was. David Bishop, where in Charleston? Man, I don't remember. It was like every place in Charleston that's not doing shows no more. Man, we never played the same place in Charleston twice, I don't think. Maybe once. But so that's the new blood. That's the new blood gearing up. And we stayed busy. You would not know it from our vinyl output. Because we only did a few singles in our album. The album that we did was combining those singles. More about that later, though. Yeah, John was talking about, man, we were going down to Charleston to play, and man, I don't know if it was just a tropical storm or hurricane or what, but man, that town was flooded. We had a U-Haul trailer that we used to drag the equipment around in, and we had flattened the tire, ripped off the damn fender there. And you know how cool Black was? He just reached in his pocket and gave me some money for here, man. Get that shit fixed. He's a good guy. Had a little bit of controversy though. They wanted to use Joe's amp, and Joe wouldn't let them. Man, Joe don't let nobody use his amp. That's why when we toured with Blowfly, I was so shocked to see Greg Bell not only playing through his amp, but playing his guitar. Because I'm telling you, that just did not happen. But I don't know. I mean, it got fixed real quick. So there you have it. The beginning of the new blood era. Oh yeah. That's how it started. I don't know if John and Malcolm's recordings are going to start this Sunday or not. I'm sure Malcolm will tell me. Do you know, John? Are you there? Do you hear? That's right, Dave Prino. We did come up to up there in York, Philadelphia, and that was a fun show, man. That was a real fun show, and my daughter Carrie was working for the band then. She was doing merch. She did merch through pretty much that whole lineup, I guess. I know. Mad Brother Ward joined after Carrie got herself a real job. Yeah, Bill Miskowitz, he was there. His band played. That's the first night we saw Wrath of Typhon. We realized their greatness early on. See, because I got my eye. I keep my eye on that stuff. I keep my ears open. It's with that lineup, though. It's with that lineup that I saw the worst fucking band we ever played with in all my years of playing music. It was so bad that I came out to the van and I told those guys, I said, man, if we have to play with any more bands like this, we're gonna retire. We're gonna quit. It was in Frederick, Maryland. Yeah, there it is. They had two singers, a male and a female, both doing, rap moves and all this kind of crap. And it's one of them bands that have to tell you what every song's about because you might be too stupid to figure out, or that it's that important. It's important. The song's about when your friend stabs you in the back. It's called Stabbed in the Back. You know what I called it? Get me to the dough. Terrible. And you know what? If I knew their name, if I knew it, I don't, but if I knew it, I wouldn't say it on here. I ain't gonna give them no advertisement here on Break On Through. Was it at a tattoo parlor in Frederick? Nah, man, it was at a hall. But maybe there was some tattoo thing in coordination with it. God, it was terrible. Terrible. Look at the new repo stickers. Yeah, I drew that. Whenever you order something from me, I'll toss one in. Don't forget about repo now. If you're looking around and can't find something you're looking for, call up old Jimmy Repo. Say, hey, hoss, I need this here record up in here. He'll either have it or he might know how he can get it for you. Yeah, I'm going to cut it a little early today, y'all. Not over the technical issues, but I got some stuff that's kind of pressing in the real world I need to give attention to. But I would like the time to say this. Tomorrow, August 12th, Little Winter turns 1 year old. Yep. I mean, it's a great thing when any child makes it to 1 year old, but that precious little girl has had a harder time than most, and she's doing well. She's doing real well, and You're going to see old JC get all choked up here. But tomorrow we're going to go and be with her and her parents. Thank you for all the support that all you guys have given us. But, hell, I don't know what else to talk about right quick. You guys got any questions? Let me get some knocked out right quick. This last GG overruns, I got about 3 left now. If anybody wants them. Once they're gone, son. Thanks, everybody. I know we're on a time delay, but thank you. And thanks, Brandon. Got some stuff coming in the mail to you soon, Brandon. I don't know when I'm going to do mail. It might be tomorrow. I got this blowfly posters. It's $30. I know you're like, $30, but man, these things are big, screen printed now. They're not printed, they're screen printed. Then I got to buy a poster tube for them, which is like, $4 or $5. Then I got to mail it, which is like $6. Mark Deal wants to know if we ever played with or have a relationship with COC. Early on, we were kind of at war with Raleigh. And the Raleigh crowd was a little bit more collegiate, with lots of students and intellectuals. What we had going down here in Charlotte was a lot more working class, and they always called us rednecks. Trying to insult us, but it didn't. We didn't care. The one member of COC that I always got along with was Woody. I liked Woody the first time I met him, and I've never had a bad thing to say about the guy. Mike Dean was okay. I knew a couple of them guys from that time period where they were a 5-piece. I knew a couple of them dudes. They were okay. Just kind of touch and go with Reed, but I don't speak ill of the dead, so let's just leave it at that. We did play together. We played together once in Myrtle Beach. And that's the only time we ever played together? Weird, huh? But, yeah. But no, man, any success they have now or will have, more power to them, man. I don't really have a lot to say about all that. Did y'all ever play in Savannah at the Velvet Elvis? Yeah, we played Velvet Elvis. Oh, about COC, later they got Pepper, and I didn't think Pepper gave us shit about us, knew who we were or whatever. But when last time we played New Orleans, the guy was nothing but complimentary. So I don't know. Maybe I read things wrong. I'm a pretty good judge of people sometimes, I think. My real meter is Mrs. Clayton. She's the one that can tell me if I'm off. She's usually right. Any more real quick? Okay, I guess not. I'm going to go ahead and say thank you guys for listening today. Yeah, we played with Dwayne Peters, U.S. Bombs, and the Huns. We played with both of them in Los Angeles. Thanks for everybody showing up and listening today. Yeah, we're into the new blood. Things are going to get rolling fast. We're going to get caught up current, and then I guess once things get current, what I'm going to do is branch off and talk about some of the characters we've had in our orbit, as I like to say, and some of the bands. Some of the bands that we are linked up with for life. In the meantime, get out there, live your life, be safe, do what you do. But always remember, sooner or later, you're going to have to step up and break on through.